Everybody's running to the city. There's no more space in the city. Everybody's running to the city. There's no more space in the city. Everybody's running to the city. There's no more space in the city. Everybody's running to the city. There's no more space in the city. Everybody's running to the city. There's no more space in the city.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Crypto Expo Dubai. I am Nishpreet, your host for today, and on behalf of Crypto Expo Dubai, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for taking your time out to be here today. Now, crypto trend is growing significantly in the recent times, with more and more interest to learn and get involved in the digital assets investment. Now, we are yet to learn on how blockchain and digital assets could change the world toward the new crypto era as crypto trend continues to stay. We are here today because we want to give you insight on the key facts that shape the crypto industry as the market continues to scale up, and also curate networking sessions with experts and investors, as well as be updated on latest trends in crypto and meet the top leaders in the crypto market at our event. It's going to be an exciting day. I hope you all are extremely excited. Now, to formally take off our event this morning, it's my pleasure to call upon stage our first keynote speaker. He became very passionate about cryptocurrencies very early on. So he'll be talking about decentralizing web services today. And we have with us the co-founder of the Unigrid Foundation, Mr. Evan Green, everyone.
How's everyone doing? Good. So my name is Evan. I am co-founder of the Unigrid Foundation. I'll give you a quick rundown of what it is that we're building and what Unigrid is before I start. So Unigrid is a layer 1 blockchain solution where we will be providing cloud-based internet services. So today we want to talk about blockchain scaling and the next generation in the internet and cloud. Perfect. So the current internet has a problem. The way we see it, it's not, say, sustainable or at the level where we think it should be. It's very prone to DDoS attacks, or denial of service. Some of you may understand that term better. What that means is that hackers will hijack other computers on the internet and basically use their resources to send in packets of information to a centralized server. What that does is it can cause breakdown of traffic because the traffic that's going to that one server will cut down the service to where it basically becomes unresponsive. The other problem with that is that because there's so much traffic going through the backbone of the internet, that other networks can have a problem. Because the way the current internet works is that you have, a backbone of connection between centralized server points, and to get to, that specific server that's being attacked, it's going to have to route through a certain town or city, so sometimes you'll experience the DDoS attack even though it's not your specific server or your country that is being attacked. And then we also see a lot of information that we think should be free to all. We think it should be an inalienable right for people to have access to information. You can't come to the truth without seeing all sources of information. And so we believe that that's something that everyone should have access to, and it's not something that anyone should be blocked from seeing or just not having access to it. And services on the internet are very easily interruptible as well. So say, a traditional service on the internet is running from typically one centralized server with, say something could happen to that server itself where it goes down, you lose access to that service. Or it could be a problem with, maybe there's an application error, that service goes down. But we think and we think that is also something that is fixable and we can provide the help. So how can we help? Unigrid, we can help by mitigating the DDoS attacks without having one single point of failure. So the way Unigrid works is that the network doesn't have one single point of where data is served from. So the servers the serving of data can come from many different locations. So say we're here in Dubai and we want to access some data or some information or a service. What the network will do is it'll realize that. It'll say, okay, I know where you're trying to access the data from, and it will go to the closest location. Say it's around you, maybe it's in United Arab Emirates, or it's in, could be in Israel or Egypt, somewhere, just in the region. So it'll pull data in that location. What happens then is that for a DDoS attack to function, it needs one point to attack. With your network, because the data doesn't have that single point, it's pretty much impossible to attack it. You would need an extreme amount of resources to be able to attack all those different areas. And we also want to provide unblockable services. So what that means is that, especially in current world situation right now, we're seeing a lot of services get cut off because of maybe it's point of view, or it's somebody just doesn't like them, and those services get cut off and nobody has access to them. So with Unigrid, that becomes something of the past, to where those services can always be available no matter where you are. And we also say that services can always be available. We're always online. What that means is that because you have the way our network functions is that it is running in many different locations. So instead of it running from one centralized server, they can go offline, it can have issues, it can have a problem, go offline. This service will run in many, many, many locations. So this would run globally to where, if I put up a service and say I operate it here from Dubai, it'll spread across the network, which is just a web of nodes, and it can be accessible in Hong Kong, it'll be accessible in Los Angeles, in London, wherever you are. That service goes around the web or around the network. And then permanent data storage. So this is a big problem, especially with companies that handle big data. They don't, they have a problem where sometimes it's, they're running from one centralized server location, and they need to back up that data. Backing up that data takes quite a bit of time because you have to move it from one location to another. And typically what people will do, or companies will do, is